Hey, it's Kimberly and welcome back to my channel. I make videos on all things lifestyle on a budget, and it has been 1 month since getting my walking pad, and I have got to update y'all. My lifestyle has changed and I want to tell you how. I want to share my updated workout routine on the walking pad, the two different options that I have, and then later on in the video I'm going to show you in action the new thing that I've been doing that is almost like a PT physical therapy moment for myself. If you have a walking pad and you're curious, definitely keep on watching because I think that this is something that's going to improve your posture. It can help with your back pain, your knee pain. It's a game changer moment for me and I'm excited to share it. All right, it's been 1 month and as I suspected, my new favorite thing in the world has been this walking pad. If you didn't see any of my original videos, I got a walking pad from the brand Serve Fit. It has a speed of 0.6 up to 4.0 miles per hour. I consider that a comfortable jog slash run. I'm not a pro runner or anything like that, but the 4.0 miles per hour definitely gives me the workout that I need. So yes, the first thing is that I did finally work myself up to a run and I'm really happy about it. As I mentioned in my initial videos, the convenience of the size, the convenience of how easy it is to store under the couch that I'm sitting on right now, and the accountability of the walking pad really has changed my lifestyle as a whole. And what I mean by that is that instead of loafing around on this couch, I now use the walking pad as kind of my default to just get a quick exercise in or to keep myself accountable to moving my body where I would otherwise be just sitting on the couch. When I use my walking pad, I'm often watching a show or scrolling through my phone. Me and that TV show Paradise, me and that TV show The Night Agent, that is where I get my best steps in. I'm telling you, coming home after a long day and getting a quick workout in, but also watching your favorite show is just peak perfection because what I would be doing otherwise would just be laying around and not being active. This is probably the most convenient way of getting yourself a little bit more active with low effort. So my walking pad workout has upgraded, like I mentioned. My specific remote for my walking pad has some quick access buttons. So we've got the 2-speed, which is like your average walking pace, and you can increase from there, or you can go up to the 4-speed, which is the jog or the run, and that's the max that I have. First step, you can just walk on the walking pad. The second step is walking on the incline. I do that for 30 to 60 minutes on the walking pad while watching whatever show. I use that for days where I want to get a bit of an activity in, but maybe I've already been active throughout that day, so I don't actually feel like I need to go too intensely. Now onto my workout that I do on the walking pad. So I have previously a 10-10-10, and I would do 10 minutes of walking, 10 minutes of running or jogging, whatever you want to call it, at the 4-speed, and then 10 minutes of weights. And that's with the 8-pound weights that I previously showed in my other video, which if you haven't seen are these. And no matter how much I've worked out, these still feel so heavy. This is actually a lot. These are 8 pounds. You could definitely do 5. If you're really intense, you can go for 10. Some of these shows end up being so good that I don't end up wanting to stop and sit down after. So I just continue walking. So in reality, it's like I'll do the 10-minute walk to warm up, the 10-minute run, I'll do 10 minutes of my weights, and then I end up just walking the rest of the way to close out the hour. I'm not too picky on, the intensity of the workout because what would I have been doing otherwise? I would have been sitting and doing nothing. So the weight of doing something versus nothing, I think this is absolutely worth it. So how frequently am I doing these workouts? For anyone, you could probably do them every single day. I don't do that. I do live in New York City, and sometimes I'm walking so much outdoors, just commuting around, that I get home and I'm like, I think I've done enough for the day. On days where I don't do that, that's where I alternate. So I'll do my, higher intensity workout with the walking and the running, and I'll get that in. And then the next day, if I'm still not doing something outside of this that's very active, I'll do the incline on that day and I'll just end up walking on the incline. Finding out that balance with my own lifestyle is what I suggest to you as well. And I do feel the change. I feel much more energized. I feel more alert and awake, and I'm feeling the difference from making this lifestyle change. And now I want to introduce something else that I started doing, which now I do at the last 10 minutes of my workout. And this is something that I just kind of stumbled on. I'd already previously like heard about it and like the benefits of it, etc. But I don't know, one day I just like turned around and I was like, let me just see if I can do this. Let's just see what happens. So we're gonna hop on over to that experience for backwards walking, and I'm gonna let you know how it goes. I will tell you ahead of time, the quality, not so great. Living in a tiny space, not having a wide lens camera, you're pretty much going to see me yapping away, but you're going to only see this much of my face. You're welcome. But let's get into how I spend the last 10 minutes of my workout, and I'll be back at the end. Okay, these are the depths that I go to try to show myself. And this is probably the widest angle that I have, but I have started walking backwards. I go super slow on the 0.6, which is the lowest, and even that is terrifying. And sometimes I actually hold on to things. I might actually put my chair over here just in case for safety. It is that jarring. I'm scared. First time I did this, terrifying. It feels such an out-of-body experience, and I would recommend that you really have to use your knees. So you really got to bend a little as you adjust. And I also had to like visualize. Like I couldn't think of myself as regularly walking. So I was like, I have to visualize that I'm sneaking. I know that sounds lame, but that's the only way I won't fall off, because I don't know why this just feels so fast, but the more days that I've been doing it, I think this is like the third day, I feel like I can stand and be normal. Whereas the first day I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fast. It's crazy. It's wild how quickly I felt like I noticed a change in how I was standing. I was standing more on the outsides. Okay, I'm leaving that in. I was standing more balanced, more on the outsides, whereas like sometimes I'll roll in. And I think that's from doing this, because right now it's like impossible to be rolling in as I'm walking this way. I feel like I have better posture, and I also feel like I'm using the correct alignment. The benefits of walking backwards, of course, there's like a slew of benefits. And one of them specifically is for your hip flexors. I have a lot of forward motion from dancing with my hip flexors, but going back is like impossible, like arabesque, all that, just terrible lines. So I think that this is going to help with my hip flexors and strengthening also the back muscles here, along my hips, along my back, my butt, my thighs, etc., because I'm just using different muscles. This is the first day I'm noticing that I have been able to gain some sort of better stability. It's like my brain is already kind of understanding the correct muscle memory. My tip is that, I know this sounds crazy, but my tip, kind of creep with it as if you're like creeping up on someone or backing away. For me, it's like if I was doing like a dance move, crazy enough, but this actually helps me to figure out the right rhythm for walking. You might look crazy and you might be like, what's going on here? But I'm telling you, this helps me to fall into the rhythm and kind of trust the way I'm walking, because just being stiff and like backing up, like you're gonna slide off. But bending my knees a little bit more with it, if I could get this to 10 minutes for like at the end of my workout, I think that would be a really healthy goal. Even 5 minutes is like enough, because it is truly such an adjustment. But like I said, this is like day 3 of doing this, and I already feel a difference. And dare I say, with time, like I would maybe want to speed it up, but I'm not really going for speed here. I'm going for alignment. And I don't know, this kind of feels like PT to me, meaning physical therapy. So this would be something that I would want to do as like a rehab or a cool down after my walk and run workouts. Anyone out there that also has like a dip in their hips so they fall forward and arch their back, that's another issue for me. And this helps to get that correct alignment. When I'm walking forward, I'm actively reminding myself to hold my abs and to kind of pull up. Otherwise, I'll sink into my back naturally because I have a sway back. All great things in my life. So this is kind of my rehab, just something that just popped into my head after a bit. And I do feel the difference. So I'm on the train of believing those accolades for the benefits of walking backwards. For me, this was after an incline day. So I did 50 minutes on the incline. I was at a slower speed today, so like 2.2 or 2.4, I think I was at while watching a show. And this is my last 10 minutes, and I'm just taking it easy. All right, so backwards walking, I'm telling y'all, it is a game changer. Even if you're just curious to see if you could do it, if you already have a walking pad, I consider this like an at-home physical therapy session. I didn't even think about mentioning this in the video until After I got off the walking pad, having just tried it out, I was in my kitchen and I was cooking, and I just felt the difference in alignment of where I was standing. And you can start small. I actually recommend you do, because like I said, it was very disorienting at first, even at the 0.6 level. Overall, as you can see, there's a lot of exploration that can happen with having the walking pad. It's only been a month, but it is such a great change. I'm not just talking, hot air, but I truly feel the difference. If I'm sitting too long, I'm like, why don't I just walk on the walking pad for a little bit? If I'm not watching a show, but I say like I'm scrolling my phone, or even listening to a podcast is really fun on that. I've been on some Zoom calls, camera off, on my walking pad, and they make things a lot better. Let's have a conversation down below if you have any more specific questions. In terms of mechanics of everything is all systems a go. While I like walking for 60 minutes, you don't have to do that. You could just do 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, etc. The goal is that you're able to be active instantly. It is still a love relationship with my walking pad. I highly recommend them. I'll have a link down below to the one that I got, as well as a link to some recommendations. Check out my other videos to get more specifics on the type of walking pad that you may need depending on your height, etc. Thank y'all as always for watching, and I will see you in the next one.